The first man to ever sing the Adhan was actually a slave. The man who sang the call to prayer the first time ever was actually a slave. And he was described as having the most beautiful voice. Ever. They say that the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salatu wasalam, said that he could hear his footsteps in heaven.
Well, who's doing the beheadings then? I mean, who's that gang of misfits who are running around? I mean, I understand that, like, you take your captors and you treat them well. I guess it's somewhat
you
good
have your mainstream Mormons, and then you have your crazy crackpot fucking polygamists down there in Colorado
Okay,
City.
so I'm saying
that's
those
somebody
people
who chose to ignore certain verses, like ones that say don't go to extremes in your religion, and also just the same that verse warns us to warn the others not to go to extremes in their religions.
So
that's good.
It said no compulsion at all should be in the religion.
So, moving along here, we have one last question from our good old buddy William Bishop, who posted on the Facebook. His question's a little fierce, and it says, and I'll quote it as best as I can. I have it written down here. Why the fuck would anyone convert to Muslim? Is this subconsciously stemming from an emotional breakup or perhaps mommy and daddy issues? Being raised in such a strict Mormon household, the idea that all women converts are looking for a nice cocoon lifestyle away from the excess of a Western feminism is not exactly accurate. Being raised a Mormon and deciding to convert to Muslim is like moving 4 steps backwards. Why? That's the question. Unquote.
All right. Let's see where to even begin. Okay, first of all,
should have maybe been the
I didn't convert to Muslim. I converted to Islam and became a Muslim, which means one who submits to God. That's the translation there. So, he wants to know why I converted. Because
I think he wants to personally know why. Like, what in your personal life compelled you to convert? I think that's the way.
Nothing negative. God. First of all, there's 100 reasons really, and they all came together at the right time, and I was in the right place at the right time, and I happened to walk into a mosque, and I started going regularly. I started attending the Jumu'ah prayer, learning more and more about it, and the more I learned about it, the more I fell in love with the religion, and the more it aligned with a lot of my beliefs. So that's the reason why I agreed with what was going on, and it's all been great ever since.
But submission to God, though, I mean, submission to God is only one thing. I mean, you don't need any established religion to have a submission and to, gain some perspective, see your own insignificance. I mean, I guess that's maybe the question. Why did a religion even in any regard have an impact on you? I mean, Mormonism in any extreme. I think that there's an assumption being made on the part of the person asking the question. For one, because how does he know how strict your upbringing was? I mean, was it super strict?
Well, he made several assumptions in the question, and the second thing I'd like to say is I'm not going to answer the part about women converts because I'm not a woman convert, so I can't tell him why women convert to Islam.
Sure.
Well, I like what you said because, and I think the thing that might reflect is that we all know you on a personal level, and there are certain qualities about a person. A lot of people are radical that they're just overwhelmingly defiant and individual, and it just seemed to divert from that path to submit in any way. In my opinion, that's what I think. Maybe his question is that as a outspoken whatever unique human being, why submit? That's never been your forte, per se.
Okay. Well, true, but it was a spiritual thing. I mean, any religion is, and I've always been a spiritual person. So, like I said, 100 reasons truly, and I was in the right place at the right time, and it all came together for me, and I've been blessed ever since.
Great. I think that concludes the segment. I hope Justin Price Nelson and William Bishop are satisfied with their answers. You guys can go ahead, go to the Citizen Noise Exchange Facebook, and click Discussions. It'll be there right below the profile picture, and click Discussions, and all the segments will be lined up there. You can click, whatever one, comment on the different segments, leave hate mail, do whatever you want to do, and we will either address it live or we'll get in touch with you and comment. We're pretty good about that stuff. So, without further ado, we're going to do Drunken Events with senior correspondent Colby Tapp.